Welcome in, Pisces. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome in, guys. Hope everybody's doing awesome. So, Pisces, this is going to be your mid-month read for love, general love reading. So, just keep that in mind. As always, guys, cross watchers, feel free to swap energy. Same thing for you, Pisces. If it feels like, I'm talking about you versus your person. As always, though, general read. Hopefully, you find something that resonates today. I did want to give a big shout out to those of you who take the time to subscribe, make a comment. Really does make a huge difference. So thank you so much. And we're going to dive on in here, Pisces. So your first card that came out, I did pull a couple of oracle cards. You got the friendship card, never ending story, and your animal spirit for the latter half of May was the mouse energy. So this card really talks about you feeling overwhelmed. I feel like you have a lot going on. It could be, demands from family, work, this person. So again, feeling very scattered, feeling like, you're not really sure what direction to move in. So I feel like for a lot of you, really the rest of May is still going to be pretty busy for you. And again, feeling pretty scattered. So, maybe to kind of just take a step back, take a break, take some time for yourself here to kind of recenter yourself and ground yourself, because it looks like, it's going to be busy the latter half of May as well. So, I feel like you definitely have a lot going on, with it in the 3D here. With this never ending story and the friendship card, I definitely feel like, the person that is on your mind here, this could have definitely started out as a friendship or more of a friendship, maybe friends with benefits for some of you. With the never ending story, it gives me the energy of you and this person kind of going round and round, having the same conversation about this relationship and some frustration. And there you are showing up on the bottom here. I feel like you do care about this person. You are highly attracted to them. So, but with the King of Cups, sometimes you might feel like you need to kind of hold back, kind of find some balance here, especially if you have a lot going on. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're not really sure if you want to move things forward or not. I feel like there is a little bit of fear around commitment here. I feel like things have not turned out, that great for you in the past. So perhaps some of you have had some pretty toxic relationships in the past, or again, I feel like you kind of have one foot in, one foot out here, Pisces, with the situation with this person. So I feel like a lot of you need to really just figure out, maybe take a step back here, figure out what's important to you, how you truly feel about this person. And maybe just because you have a lot going on right now, you're not really sure. So that's really what I'm getting off your cards here. I'm just really trying to enjoy the moment that you do have with this person. So I'm going to ask about this never ending story and see what comes out in tarot. So tell me more about this never ending story here for Pisces, please. Why is this card showing up? Why is this card here for Pisces, please? All right, so we have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, so this really talks about the future of this relationship. Not really sure where things are going. Not really sure what you're wanting. This is you, Pisces, showing up here as the moon. This is your card. So again, not really, having a plan right now. I feel like right now that might also be stressing you out. You don't really have a plan. You don't know what direction you really want to move in. And again, that is definitely stressing you out here. Like, is this going to turn into a long-term relationship? Are we, on the same path here, same page about the future? I feel like right now you're not really sure. So tell me about the friendship card here. All right, so this card wanted to come out. We have the Ace of Cups. I guess you need to ask yourself here, Pisces, how do you really feel about this person? Is this a romantic connection, or are you feeling more a friend vibe with this person? What's, maybe a good place to start here? Tell me about this Ace of Cups and friendship. I feel like there is a lot of, kindness and caring between the two of you. And I mean, I don't know, from my perspective, starting out and having a really good solid friendship with somebody is a good place to start. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups and the friendship card here for Pisces, please. It's good to have a solid foundation with somebody. Do you have that, with this person, Pisces? Might be a question to ask yourself. So we have the Six of Cups, or pardon me, the Six of Pentacles. We'll see if the Six of Cups comes out. So I feel like you do, really care about this person. There is a lot of equal give and take here. And I feel like you have a lot of fun together here with that Page of Cups. A lot of attraction as well. So, you work really well together. So Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, again, I feel like it might be just like fear holding you back. But let's see here how this person's feeling about you. How does this person feel about Pisces? All right, so we have the King of Swords coming out. Wheel of Fortune. This person's pretty wise, I feel. They know a lot. They've been around the block, I want to say. Could be a fire sign with that Queen of Wands coming out. And then we have the Lovers card. King of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this person feels like, you and them. Again, the Sun card, very nice. I feel like this person is open to exploring the situation with you, Pisces. I feel like this person's open to you and them coming together. I feel like you guys balance each other out in a lot of really good ways. So this person is looking at you like you would be a good partner, a good, a good provider, a good, like I feel like you're stable. I feel like you're, wise, make smart decisions. You're emotionally mature. And, she's looking down, but he's looking right at her. So I feel like you do care about this person, and this person definitely cares about you. I feel like this person also feels like you and them met for a reason, for sure, with that Wheel of Fortune card coming out. But I feel like this person as well, has some insecurities about being in a relationship. So this person might be giving you mixed signals as well. So you're kind of like not really sure how this person feels about you. This person also may have someone else in their energy here, because we do have two kings out. There's also two queens out. So I don't know. You might have been attached to somebody else, and this person might as well have been attached to somebody else. Somebody that was, not healthy. You both may have that in common with the Sun card and the Devil, and you both might be healing from a past person or a past situation that, hurt you both. You got hurt, your person was hurt, and you definitely may have that in common between the two of you. Like you've dealt with somebody who wasn't, appreciating you, supporting you, giving you the love that you deserve. But this person looks at you, like I mentioned, like you and them are definitely a match, emotionally mature. So I do like it. Let's see how you're feeling. How does Pisces feel about this person? Can I get Pisces feelings, please? How does Pisces feel about this person? I mean, we already got the Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, I feel like there are some differences between the two of you, but again, I feel like you feel the same way, that this person and you are a good match with that Ace of Swords. So usually when the Ace of Swords comes out, that's basically Archangel Michael letting me know that what I just said was true. So again, there is some differences between the two of you, but there is a very special bond, a special connection. And I feel like you are being called here to kind of like work through things together, come together and collaborate. I feel like either you're being woken up to your feelings here, or your person is. And you might be asking yourself, like, is this the real deal? Can I trust this person? And again, I feel like there is some fear on your side here. I feel like your person's in a pretty good space. I feel like this person's healing is maybe a little bit more they've done a little bit more healing around their heart than maybe that you have, Pisces. But yeah, I just put the deck and I saw the Seven of Swords. So definitely some betrayal, I feel like, that you both experienced in the past. Not with each other. So it's like important to look after that, baggage before you kind of like take things to the next step here, if that's really what you're wanting to do. And recognizing that, this is a completely different person. This isn't the person that you were with in the past. So bringing in that emotional baggage needs to be put down before you kind of like turn the corner, right? Because you don't want to bring that into a brand new relationship with somebody, or, if this is turning into something more romantic, then those emotional traumas and things that happened need to kind of be healed before, because you don't want to be projecting on your insecurities on this person, right? So let's see here, actions. What actions is this person going to take towards Pisces mid to end of May? Actions from this person towards Pisces. So we have the Nine of Swords coming out. The Star. So I feel like this person's wondering whether or not you and them can get on the same page. Are you really wanting the same things here? Can you both kind of like move past what has happened to each of you in the past in relationships? Tell me more. Yeah, we have the Strength card coming out. Yeah, there's that Four of Swords. So this really talks about working past those fears. So I feel like your person has fears as well. So you guys are kind of mirroring each other, actually. Can you and this person get on the same page here? Yeah, so I feel like, things that happened in the past between possibly you and them and or somebody else, again, having a conversation about, fears and anxieties about, being in a relationship, I feel like would be a good conversation to have with each other. And how does Pisces feel about this person? How does Pisces... Actually, I already asked about your feelings, but let's ask about actions. Sorry, guys. What actions is Pisces going to take towards this person mid to end of May? So 10 of Pentacles. The Empress. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you see a long-term relationship with this person as well, but I feel like you are pretty focused on, like your abundance. I feel like you're a little bit preoccupied right now. And I feel like you're kind of asking yourself, like, if I go down this road with this person, is it everything that I'm really wanting it to be? I've spent a long time, working towards building my life. And I don't know, I feel like there is some obstacles or some things that you might be concerned about. So I don't know. I'm not sure how well you know this person, Pisces, but definitely, them showing up here as the Empress. I feel like this person there's, kind of like pros and cons in the situation with this person. And I feel like you're kind of maybe in the energy of like, if I go down this road, is it going to be as rewarding as I think it's going to be? Or, again, having some a negative mindset for some of you might be around money. You might have some sort of money wound around money. Maybe there's a big difference in money between you and your person. You might have a lot, this person might not, and that concerns you. So I feel like, at the end of the day here, you need to kind of decide whether or not you're going to take a chance here in love or not, Pisces. What is your gut telling you? I feel like you really need to like listen to your intuition in this situation with this person. Yeah, let's see. Let's ask about their intentions. What is this person's intentions with Pisces? Intentions. What are this person's intentions with Pisces? Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. All right, so this person, I feel like is really thinking about whether or not it's worth building a long-term relationship with you as well. I feel like on some level here, this person is like, if you can't accept me for me, then, you know, if you don't feel like it's worth putting in the time and effort, then, you know, we need to kind of like go in different directions here. Yeah, I feel like a person standing in their power. I feel like this person definitely knows who they are. They are showing up as kind of like their authentic self here. And it's kind of like if you don't see me or you don't appreciate me for who I am and you're not accepting me for me, all of me, I feel like, you know, this person and you are definitely going to end up going their separate ways. So I feel like you have an opportunity here, Pisces, to, you know, take a chance on love here. And I feel like you can't, like, nobody is going to check every single box that you've got, but you need to ask yourself, you know, do I feel like I'm actually settling or is this really my person? So I feel like you have a lot of soul searching to do in the next little while about the situation, how you actually truly feel about this person. And, you know, with the Ten of Pentacles coming up and the Empress, I feel like you're kind of getting in your own way about, you know, getting in your head. Like I feel like you have a negative mindset um, around either like some sort of money block, like I mentioned, you know, being worried what other people might think is something else as well, especially if this person and you are a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you know, does this person make you happy? Bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness? Because, you know, it's your life here, Pisces, and you need to make that choice for yourself if you feel like, and not be so up in your head and or worried about what other people have to say or think, right? So let's get some hidden messages from this person, something you may not know from their higher self. Messages from this person to Pisces. All right, we have it is all too much. So I feel like your person has been pretty stressed out. We did see that Nine of Swords. The bottom of the deck is I can't stop thinking about you. Messages for Pisces from their person. We have I want out. All right. I can't promise you anything. I wish I could understand you. Childhood trauma. We have sexual desire coming out. I want to be different. The passion is too much. So definitely a lot of physical attraction. Like I mentioned, I feel like for a lot of you, this is kind of like a friends with benefits for most of you here. Or it started out like that and now it's kind of snowballed into something else here. And this half is don't wait for me, please. So I feel like there's kind of been some push and pull between you and this person. Where are we going? You know, what is this leading to? Is this going to turn into something a little bit more serious? You know, but definitely I feel like you and this person have learned a lot from each other. Your person showing up here is the King of Swords. So I feel like they are knowing what it is that they're wanting now. So I don't know, you might feel like this person's been wishy-washy with you as well, Pisces, or giving you mixed signals and you're not really sure how this person feels about you either. So I feel like you're both kind of like holding back on each other on some level here. It's kind of like the energy of like, well, I don't want to tell this person how I truly feel about them. I don't want to get rejected. So I feel like there is some fear around that as well. Um, so yeah, I feel like you and this person just really need to be honest with each other about where things are at and where things are going, and be prepared because I feel like that conversation is coming by mid to end of May. And I feel like at that point, at the end of the month, either you and this person, I feel like, are going to be on the same page, moving in the same direction, or the two of you definitely might be, moving in different directions. So, yeah, that's really what I'm getting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end your reading here. Hopefully, it made sense. If it did resonate, if you could let me know by hitting the like button, I'd really appreciate that, and or subscribing. I do personal reads, so feel free to reach out to me at justsayitsoltarot@gmail.com. The email address is in the description box of this video, and I will see you in June.